Hi, sixth grade. Happy Tuesday. Let's dive right into our Chumash lesson. Today, you have already translated Psukim Chaf Aleph through Chaf Chet for me on Google Translate. On Google Classroom. And you've already sent that in. But you might have noticed we skipped over quite a few Psukim. So open your Chumash packet to page 17. You're going to do that right now. It's a whole bunch of psukim that describe a certain mitzvah, and it's pretty simple. We're going to just sort of gloss over it. We don't need to go into detail about it. We'll be going into detail about the other psukim you translated already. So here we go. I have the psukim on the page for you right here on the screen. I would like you to please answer the questions on page 17. Okay, the questions are to read these psukim, Yudalid, Tetvav, and Yudchet. And question 1 is, which holiday are we talking about? What must be eaten? What is forbidden to eat? And for how many days? And then you're filling in the blank for 2 different dates. All right, so just read these psukim, pause the recording, and then come back. We'll go over it together. Okay, here we go. Yudalid said, "V'haya hayom hazeh lachem lezikaron," and this day will be for you a remembrance. V'chagotem oto chag laHashem, and you will celebrate it as a holiday for Hashem. Lidorotechem, for future generations. Chukat olam tachogu, it will be a decreed holiday forever. Olam means forever. Tetvav, shivat yamim matzot tochelu, for 7 days you will eat matzah. Ach bayom harishon, however, on the first day, meaning the day before the holiday starts, Tashbitu se'or mibatechem. The shorish of tashbitu, I have it highlighted here in green, is Shabbat. Like we know from Shabbos, it means to rest. You should rest from eating wheat, right? You should. It's a way of saying you should get rid of leavened wheat from your house. Ki kol ochel chametz, because anyone who eats chametz is literally translated to leavened bread. V'nichreta ha-nefesh hahi. Shorish of v'nichreta is karet, to cut off. This nefesh, this soul, will be cut off mi-Yisrael, from the nation, meaning they will die. They'll get the punishment of karet, which is the same shoresh here. Karet is either you will die young or your children will die young, and you will witness the death of your children. So if you eat chametz on Pesach, you'll get karet, this terrible, terrible punishment. So for which days do you have to avoid eating chametz? Miyom harishon ad yom hashvi'i. From the first day of this holiday to the 7th day of this holiday. Now jump ahead to Pasuk Yechet. Barishon, on the first day, ba'arba'a asar yom lachodesh, on the first month, which we said was Nisan, on the 14th day, ba'erev, on the night of that day, so we're now into Tevav Nisan, tochlu matzot, you will eat matzah, ad yom ha'echad ve'esrim lachodesh, until the 21st day, ba'erev, the 21st day of the month. The slightly confusing wording here of the 14th at night, meaning the 15th, it's because the 14th was important in the days when we were still bringing Korban Pesach. Korban Pesach happened on the 14th in the afternoon, and then it was eaten on the 15th at night. So really, even though Pesach doesn't start until the 15th at night, the afternoon before that, the 14th of Nisan, was still very, very important. So you answered the questions on page 17. So what holiday are we talking about? Pesach. What are we required to eat? Matzah. What is asur to eat? Chametz. Those are 2 separate mitzvot, by the way. You have a chiyuv, an obligation to eat matzah, and an isur, a prohibition from eating chametz. And for how many days? 7 days. This is, according to the Torah, the holiday of Pesach is 7 days, but we live in Chutz La'aretz, outside of Israel, so it's an extra 8th day. Question 2, reading Pasuk Yechet. You are chayav, you are required to eat matzah from what date in the evening? The 15th. Tetvav Nisan, in the evening. That was that strange wording in the psukim. Ad, until Chaf Aleph Nisan ba'erev. 7 days later, the 21st. Good. Now, jumping ahead to the psukim that you guys translated for today, let's take a look at those psukim. Chaf Aleph. Vayikra Moshe l'chol ziknei Yisrael, vayomer alehem. Moshe called to the elders, the zakenim of Israel, and said to them, Mishchu ukhu lachem tzon lemishpechotechem. Mishchu means draw towards yourself, meaning bring towards yourself, and take tzon, a sheep, for your families, v'shachatu hapasach, and slaughter it for the korban pesach. Chaf bet. Ulakachtem agudat ezov, and you should take a bundle of hyssop. Hyssop is a kind of it's like a type of grass, or I wouldn't call it a weed, but it's a type of like long, thin growing grass. Utivaltem badam asher basaf. And what are you going to do with this bundle of hyssop? You're going to sort of turn it into a paintbrush. You're going to dip it into the blood of the animal, asher basaf, that you have collected in the basket or the bowl. Meaning when they slaughter the animal, they have to have a bowl right near the cut in the neck so that they can collect the blood of the animal. And they're dipping this hyssop bundle into it. Vihigatem el hamashkof, and you should put it on the mashkof, we said is the lintel, the connecting part of the door frame, the el shtei hamizuzot, and on the two sides of the door frame. Min hadam asher basaf, you should take taking from the blood that's in the basket. Ve'atem, and you, meaning you, the elders and all the people, atem lo teitzu ish mipatach beito ad boker. No one should leave the opening of their house until morning. You are on lockdown in your home all the night of Tet Vav Nisan, right? While you're eating Korban Pesach, don't leave. Even if you're in someone else's home, like the two families together, stay in that house all night long. No one should leave until morning. Chaf Gimel. Moshe is still talking to the elders. The Avar Hashem lingof et Mitzrayim. Hashem will come to strike Egypt, v'ra'a et hadam al hamashkof v'al shtei hamizuzot. And what will Hashem see? Hashem will see the blood on your doorposts, the mashkof and the mizuzot. Upasach Hashem al haptach. And so Hashem will pass over your doorway. V'lo yitain hamashchit. And he will not allow the destroyer, meaning Hashem coming as a destroyer to Egypt. He will not come lavo el batechem lingof, to your homes to destroy you. Chaf Daled. You should guard this matter, meaning you should keep this mitzvah lechok lecha, as a gezerah, as a decree for you, meaning you who are currently living in Egypt at this time, and to your children ad olam, forever. Chaf Hey, v'haya, and it will be, that's a vava hipoch. Ki tavo'u el haaretz, when you will come to haaretz, the land, meaning the land of Israel. Asher yitain Hashem lachem, like Hashem will give you. Ka'asher diber, like he promised. Ushmartem et ha'avodah hazot. You should guard this avodah, this work, this korban. Okay? This matter of Korban Pesach is something that you should continue doing even when you make it to Israel, to Eretz Yisrael. Chavav. V'haya, and it will be. Ki yomru aleichem b'neichem. When your children ask you, Ma ha'avodah hazot lachem? What's this work you're doing? What's this korban you're bringing? What are you going to say to them? Chavzayin ve'amartem, you will respond to them. Zebach Pesach hu Hashem. This is a korban, an offering of Pesach to Hashem. Asher Pasach al batei b'nei Yisrael b'Mitzrayim, because he was the one who passed over the house of the Jews in Mitzrayim. B'nagfo et Mitzrayim, when he struck Egypt with Makat Bechorot. Ve'et batenu hitzil, and our homes he saved. And that is the end of what Moshe tells the elders to tell Bnei Yisrael. And then we are told by the Chumash, Vayikod ha'am vayishtachu, that the nation bowed down and they bowed down. Chavchet, vayelchu, so they went, vaya'asu Bnei Yisrael, and Bnei Yisrael did, ka'asher tziva Hashem et Moshe va'aharon kein asu. They did everything Moshe said. They did the Korban Pesach. They did the blood on the door frames, everything. They did it all. Okay? Now, before we get to this strange language, which should have caught your eye, not only because it's in yellow of Vayikod ha'am vayishtachu, that they bowed and they bowed, let's take a look quickly at that optional Rashi you had yesterday. So the optional Rashi was about the location of the blood on the door frame. And we had these pictures. And I asked you, so first of all, in these pictures, you see they're all holding this bundle of hyssop, right? This kind of, this kind of grass growing, and they dip it in the bowl that has the blood. But what's wrong with this? They're all doing it on the outside of their houses. All of these illustrations, maybe except for this one, I don't know. All of them show the outside of the house. This is the inside of the house. Where the light's coming from, this is the outside of the house. But according to Rashi, where did they put the blood? They didn't put it on the outside doorposts. They put it on the inside door frames. Because Hashem says, "V'haya lecha ot lachem." It will be a sign for you. meaning they're the only ones who saw it. Only the people who were inside the homes saw it. You actually did not know which other houses in your area had blood on the inside of them. So you didn't even know which of your neighbors followed this mitzvah and would be saved. You only knew what was going on in your own home. You literally had no idea what was going on. You couldn't leave your house. Otherwise, you ran the risk of getting killed. And you were just in lockdown in your home. You had no idea what was going on. This is what the original Pesach was like. So according to Rashi, what's wrong with all of the illustrations of Pesach night in Egypt? All these, illustrators who didn't have Rashi. The problem is they all have the blood on the outer doorposts, and really it was on the inner doorposts. And the word that Rashi learns that from is v'haya lachem lo'ot. It will be for you, a sign. Right? In this one, they even go so far as having the Egyptians see what's going on. Like that didn't happen, according to Rashi. All right, moving on. Skip the bottom of page 18. We're not going to be doing that one, and turn to page 19. We have this strange wording in Pasuk Chav Zayin of Vayikod ha'am vayishtachu, that the nation bowed and they bowed. So let's just translate that together one more time, this whole Pasuk. Check out what's going on. This was a reaction to what? When Bnei Israel were commanded to tell their children of how Hashem saved them in Egypt, they bowed down and they bowed down. What's our classic lesson? Ein Milah miyuteret b'Torah. There are no extra words in the Torah. Kol milah, every word. Milamedet otanu, teaches us davar chadash, something new. It's been a while since we saw that phrase. So what is the Torah trying to teach us by having this concept of Bnei Israel bowing twice? Vayikod ha'am vayishtachu, that they bowed down and they bowed down. Take a look at the Rashi on page 19. Short and sweet. So why did Bnei Israel bow down? What were they bowing down for? Rashi tells us, al besorat ha'geula. Firstly, they were bowing down about the news of redemption, that they would be freed, uviat ha'aretz, and that they would be brought to the land of Israel. That's the first thing they were bowing down about. And the second thing they were bowing down about was ubesurat habanim sheyu lahem, and about the news of the children they will have. This really shows you just how desperate and sad they were and depressed, that they were, like, just the news that they were going to have children and grandchildren was like amazing to them, because for so long their lives had been oppressed. Their lives had been horrible in Egypt. And they were so happy to hear both of these good news. Number one, that they would reach Eretz Yisrael, like they'd heard about the promise to Abraham for so many years. And number two, that they were going to continue to have children. It was an amazing thing for them. And Rashi teaches us that they bowed down for each and every piece of news that they had. They were so grateful for every little thing Hashem was going to do for them. And they bowed down for every single thing. Bowing down, in this case, meaning they were showing thanks. So please pause, take a moment to answer these questions of Rashi on the bottom of page 19. Number one, what's Rashi's question? Number two, what's Rashi's answer? Number three, what can we learn from this? So pause the video here, and then we'll go over it together. All right. Rashi's question is, why are Bnei Israel bowing down and showing thanks twice? Especially if we know there's no extra words in the Torah. So Rashi's answer, they heard two good pieces of news, that they were going to get to Israel and they were going to have children. And what can we learn from this? We should be grateful or thankful for every single detail of things that Hashem does for us. We should always be looking at all the tiny details and noticing every single little thing Hashem does for us and showing hakarat hatov, showing how grateful we are. Next, please complete the check for understanding for today's lesson on Google Classroom. Just a reminder, you have an open notes test. It is not on Friday. I'm sorry I did not change this. It is on Monday. So make sure you're having good notes. Check with your friends, schedule a meeting with me if you need anything. And I hope you all have an excellent